And he's not afraid to play 25 feet away or 2.5 feet away. He'll play the full 90+ feet of the court.
Clements jumped it with Reed, and Case will control. It'll be Jordan Dean who will bring it down for the Spartans. Dean, the sophomore, working against DeBartolomeo, the senior. Opening possession here at Horsburgh Gymnasium on a Sunday afternoon in northeastern Ohio, a cold Sunday afternoon. It's good to be inside, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Austin Fowler dribbled that one off his foot, Ron. Fowler, tough night Friday night, only 4 points for the senior.
DeBartolomeo gets a high screen, nice roll. Rob Reed went to the basket. DeBartolomeo gave him an easy look.
That's well executed from Rochester.
Person with the basketball for Case. That's Clements off the glass. And Brian Clements, the sophomore from South High School in Willoughby, with his first 2. DeBartolomeo averaging 28 points per game in conference play this year. Vernon and Reed working the ball for Rochester. In front of that Case bench, left baseline. This is Reed working against McLaughlin. Reed had a shot, passed it up. 2 on the shot clock. DeBartolomeo for 3.
Classic.
42nd 3 of the season.
And
he leads
just
Rochester.
Cool.
That's Clements. Yeah, you do a great job, Ed, for 34 seconds. The shot clock gets down to 1, and the kid hits a 22-footer.
And no panic either from DeBartolomeo. He just calmly caught it and popped it from outside the arc.
This is Julian Person for Case. Gets a screen from Clements. Ball's tipped out of bounds by Rochester. Nate Vernon with the active hands. You look at Rochester, they're averaging 81 points per game this season, holding their opponents to 63.
And one of the reasons is they allow only 28 rebounds a game while grabbing nearly 40 themselves.
Fowler inside with a nice strong move. Fouls on Kent Coyne. That is Coyne's first. Austin will be at the foul line. He'll shoot 2. Austin Fowler on the season averaging 16 points, 8 rebounds. Leads Case in scoring this year. He's their lone senior. Clements with a tip, keeps it active. Rochester controls. Bartolomeo also dishes out 6 assists and pulls down 6 rebounds.
Yeah, had 19, 8, and 8 Friday night against Carnegie Mellon.
Vernon with a strong left baseline move. Nate Vernon with his first 2. Case having some difficulty getting into an offensive flow here. We've got 8 seconds to shoot. Julian Person with the basketball. High screen from Clements. Julian's just going to take it in, and he's going to lose it out of bounds. They're going to say it went off Rochester. Off Tyler Seidman.
Yeah. Well, Case almost threw it away earlier in the possession. And
2 seconds to shoot, Ed.
Person did a nice job retrieving. In, out, and up.
I don't think they got it off. That extra dribble. Jordan Dean had to set himself and avoid Tyler Seidman flying at him, and that extra half second.
Well designed on the inbound play to get a quick shot off, but you're right on Dean. He had to just make a slight adjustment, and that cost him.
It's 7-3 Rochester, early going here, just 3 minutes into the play in the first half. That's Fowler and Clements with active hands for the steal for Case. Down the floor, Brian Clements inside, in trouble, kicks it. That'll be Dean for 3. And went in and out. Rob Reed with the rebound.
That's 2 good looks for Dean the last 2 trips.
DeBartolomeo dribbles left, floats with the right. Clements gets the board. Here comes Case the other way.
Set it. Go back.
Jordan Dean, right corner, cross court. That's Austin Fowler. He'll shoot the three. And Rob Reed pulls down the rebound.
Another in and out for Case. Some good looks, just can't get it to fall.
Getting a good shot. Rob Reed out top for Rochester. He'll hand it off to DeBartolomeo, and he rolls all the way in, and Clements blocked the shot.
Nice trail.
Clements.
Yeah. He didn't get caught up in the wash and was able to trail and be right on DeBartolomeo's hip. And as he tried to lay it up, Clements pounded it into the wood.
Inbound to Seidman, misses the shot off the glass, and Fowler fighting for the rebound.
They're going to call a jump ball.
Rochester will keep possession. That was Fowler and Kent Coyne inside.
Tyler Sankis checks in for Rochester.
Quick inbounds, shot is up and good by Tyler Seidman. 9-3, Rochester with the early 6-point lead. This is Dean. Gets a screen. Tried to find Brian Clements. Brian slipped as he tried to come out to get that basketball. DeBartolomeo with a high screen. That's Seidman now with it out between the circles. Rochester up 9-3. This is Sankis just entering the game for Rochester. Vernon with it, with Clements on him, back to Sankis, looks for the give and go. Sankis with a strong baseline drop step. And Tyler Sankis from Rochester. Grew up in Rochester, went to McQuaid Jesuit High School, and now plays for the hometown Yellow Jackets. He's got his first bucket of the afternoon. Jordan Dean on the drive for Case.
Oh, DeBartolomeo just cut him off on the drive.
Fowler with a spin. And coming up with a rebound is Kent Coyne.
Case still playing with their original 5 on the floor.
DeBartolomeo, and Fowler even tipped it. They were going to call basket interference, but they didn't need to because DeBartolomeo just blew by that Case defense and laid it up and in. He's got 5. Case wants a timeout. They're down 10 with 14:40 left to play in the opening half. We'll be back.
Attending a sport and athletic event and looking for a convenient and upscale hotel to accommodate your stay? Then look no further than the DoubleTree by Hilton Cleveland downtown Lakeside. Just minutes away from campus at 1111 Lakeside Avenue, the hotel features a state-of-the-art fitness center, Stadium 3 bar and grill, attached parking, heated indoor pool, free wireless internet, complimentary shuttle service, and a warm DoubleTree cookie upon checking in. Call 216-241-5100 to receive a discounted rate of just $99 for the 2013 season. The DoubleTree by Hilton Cleveland downtown Lakeside, a proud sponsor of Spartan Athletics.
Case coming out of that huddle, trying to stop the roll right now for Rochester. Rochester out of the gates with a 10-point lead, 13-3. DeBartolomeo has 5 points to lead the Yellow Jackets.
Well, Rochester 6 of 10 from the floor. Case is 1 of 5. And Rochester out-rebounding Case 7-2 early on.
Tim Chung now checking in for Case along with David Thompson. That's Thompson with the ball working on the block and loses the basketball on the floor. Case will keep it, I think, with the possession arrow. I believe Rochester had it last, yes. David Thompson, a 6'9" junior center, now in. Thompson from Plano Senior High School in Plano, Texas. Tim Chung also in, 6'2" junior guard out of Los Alamitos, California. Long rebound, tipped out, and we've got a foul. Foul's on Case, it's foul on Tim Chung. That is Tim's first foul. So Rochester will get it back. The home floor here at Horsburgh Gymnasium. DeBartolomeo, left elbow, pulls up, drops it. Foul underneath after the basket. Foul's going to go against Sankis, Tyler Sankis. First foul on Sankis. The basket will count, so DeBartolomeo has 7. Checking in for Case, the freshman off the bench, 6 foot, 157-pound freshman guard, Jimmy Holman. Holman from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Pioneer High School. This is Jimmy bringing the ball up for Case, working against defensive pressure. Kevin Sheehy will guard Holman. That's Sheehy as Holman dribbles by him. Try to get it to David Thompson. Pass was behind Thompson. Here comes Rochester the other way.
10-0 run for the Yellow Jackets.
Nice strong move by Nate Vernon. Strong left-hand dribble by Vernon. Stopped on a dime and came back to his right. Vernon has 4. McLaughlin controls for Case. Spartans down 14. Just about 6.5 minutes gone opening half. That's Julian Person for 3. And that's the third 3 that's rolled around the rim, dropped a little, and popped out for Case.
Yeah, rattle around. Plus you take the one away that Jordan Dean got off that was late following the shot clock. So 4 good looks and nothing to show for it.
I was talking to Coach McDonald before the game about this Rochester program. Ed, they've been, strong for a long time, 30 years. Now with a player like DeBartolomeo, they go from a strong program to a great program, a real bona fide Final Four finalist every year.
A reverse lay-in there by Sankis.
And DeBartolomeo broke down the defense, drew them to him, and he just sees the floor so well, he creates easy scoring opportunities for his teammates. Sankis has got 4, Case with another timeout. They're down 16. It's 19-3, just under 13 minutes left in this opening half. We'll be back.
This year, Qdoba will cater like 10,000 parties.
Where? When? I'm there.
Well, these parties are hypothetical. I was just talking about Qdoba catering. Hot taco bars with fire-grilled chicken and marinated steak, flour tortillas and taco shells. You'll also get their hand-smashed guacamole, cheese, sour cream, lettuce, and salsa. They'll deliver to your home or office, and they'll even set it up.
Can I bring a guest?
Oh, boy. Visit Qdoba.com today for more information about Qdoba catering. Qdoba Mexican Grill. More to explore.
Some folks who made the trip supporting the Yellow Jackets of Rochester. It's always fun here at Horsburgh Gymnasium seeing the parents, the friends, the relatives that come out to support their teams, whether they're Case Spartan fans or fans of any of the other University Athletic Association teams that are here to play. Case with some work to do, and right now you just want to try to make a basket.
Yeah. It's a 14-0 run. Rochester's on fire to start the ball game. 9 of 13 from the floor. Case is 1 of 7.
Holman with the basketball for Case. That's Person with it now. Tim Chung working against DeBartolomeo. Julian Person will drive, and we've got a reach-in foul. Foul is going to go against, I believe, Kevin Sheehy. It will be on Sheehy. That's his first.
Finish the thought, Ron. You talk about some of the players that have come through the Rochester program. John Onyeruka comes to mind, a big body that they had on the blocks. And they had a shooter, Mike Shemelowick, who could fire it up in the fashion of DeBartolomeo from outside.
Just about 12 minutes left to play in this opening half. Chung with a steal for Case. Here comes Person the other way. Julian up, and he won't get it, but the follow by Austin Fowler goes. Fowler's got 3. Just the second shot from the field that went in for Case in this opening half. 8 minutes gone, they have 2 field goals. Rochester's done an outstanding job. Kyle Reardon now in the game for Rochester. It's DeBartolomeo with the basketball. Gets the screen, sets up the shot. It just looks so easy for him. It's so effortless.
And it's all confidence, too. He doesn't look rattled at all.
Chung with the basketball, pulls up short of the foul line. Shot won't go, and down with the rebound is Sankis for Rochester. Another screen. DeBartolomeo off the screen and roll. Beautiful feed to Tyler Sankas. He's got 6. It's a clinic right now.
Tap, Austin, tap.
High screen for Case. Feed into Fowler, right block. Austin double teamed. Austin gets off a shot and he was fouled. He's going to draw the foul from Kyle Reardon. So Austin Fowler will go back to the foul line. He'll shoot 2. 14 fouls on Rochester. Fowler 1 of 2 from the foul line this afternoon.
Jimmy, you've got number 12. Julian's coming out. Julian's coming out.
Spartans Dean McLaughlin replacing Julian Person.
Austin Fowler on the season at a 77% free throw shooter. Case is a team this year shooting a very respectable 74%. They're a very good free throw shooting team. Fowler's got 5, Case is 7.
Well, here's your interesting matchup, Ron.
The freshman against the senior, Holman against DeBartolomeo. Foul's going to be on Austin Fowler, or did they call it on? They called it on Austin Fowler. So that's Austin's first.
And you talked about Case shooting from the line. Rochester is number 1 in the country at Division III in free throw shooting. They shoot 81.5% as a team.
Sankas, a 66% free throw shooter. One of the rare ones that isn't very good from the foul line. I'll repeat what Ed said, 81% free throw shooting team is Rochester. It's unbelievable. This is Holman with the basketball right in front of that Rochester bench. McLaughlin controls for Case and gets it back to Holman. Jimmy Holman with a screen, pulls up, 16-footer. Here comes DeBartolomeo the other way. It's a 2-on-3 break, and he'll pull it back, hand it off to his teammate Sheehy.
Air ball, well short.
And Sheehy walks back shaking his head. Haven't missed many, Rochester, this opening half. Chung sets his feet, top of the key. Tim Chung hits his 28th 3 of the season, his first basket of the afternoon. Case is down 14, it's 24-10. And Rochester has identified, I think, the freshman on the floor for Case, and they're taking it right at him.
They went right at him.
Sheehy's first basket, Holman's first foul. Sheehy, an 81% free throw shooter, gets 1. This is just going to have to be a growing pains thing for Case with Holman, their freshman guard. They're a very young team. You pointed out on Friday night when they faced Emory. David Thompson turnaround shot. Reed with the rebound.
1 senior, 2 juniors on the squad for Case, and 7 sophomores.
Fowler, the senior, with a pick, but Sheehy got it right back, and then Holman stole it from him. Here comes Jimmy the other way. Break to Fowler, and Austin lofts it out of bounds. Tough pass to get a handle on. Brian Clements will check in for Case. David Thompson will take a seat. Clements checks in with 2 points. This is Rob Reed controlling for Rochester. That's Sheehy with the shot.
He's 0 for 2 from outside, Ron.
Holman to Chung. Chung's got a basket for Case. Nice screen from Clements, good roll. Kicks it, swings it to Fowler in front of that Rochester bench. Austin inside to Brian Clements. The Willoughby South.
Wow.
Product turnaround shot on the baseline, and if Brian Clements can do that, boy, if he can develop that shot, he could be dangerous.
Wow.
This is Sheehy with the basketball for Rochester. I'll hand it off. Rob Reed controls for Rochester. The Yellow Jackets to a 27-12 lead. Ten seconds to shoot. Sheehy with the basketball, gets a high screen. Clements will pick him up. Pulls up, he's 0 for 2. He's 1 for 3 now.
Two-pointer from the...
Just inside the line, he's got 4.
Sheehy has the last 5 for Rochester.
Leads at 17 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball knocked out of bounds by Sheehy, so Case will keep it. You look at the standings in University Athletic Association play right now, Ed. Rochester's at the very top, 4-0. Brandeis is also 4-0. Case played Brandeis in Waltham, Mass. a week ago.
Rochester, one of just 5 teams nationally at Division III that's still undefeated.
Holman with a nice pass to Clements.
That's good vision from the point guard. Through the trees, was able to see Clement cutting on the backside.
Brian Clements has 6. Case down 15. Nate Vernon with the basketball in his hands between the circles for Rochester. Little give and go action with Reed. Reed will give it back to Clements. This is Vernon with it. 8 seconds to shoot for Rochester. Sheehy out top. 4 to shoot. Vernon inside. Kyle Reardon with the shot in the paint. Just as about the shot clock was to hit 0. Case down 17. Chung on the drive, shot off the glass. Clements with a tip, won't go. And Kyle Reardon comes up with the rebound. Sheehy with a high screen from Reed. Reed rolls to the basket.
Wow.
And they're going to call a blocking foul on Tim Chung. Boy, Chung at 6'2", 180. You got to give him credit for taking that charge.
That's a big
6'8",
diesel.
250. Yeah, Rob Reed is 6'8", 250.
He's a classic UAA big man, Ron.
It's 2 fouls on Tim Chung. Reed's at the foul line, 69% free throw shooter. And Rob Reed makes the first. Reed from Mount Airy, North Carolina. Wasn't Andy Griffith from Mount Airy, North Carolina? Isn't that the town that Mayberry, the mythical that Mayberry was kind of designed after?
And then from there he goes on to Exeter Academy, which is a premier prep school in New England.
Reed makes them both. DeBartolomeo checks back in for Rochester. He was on the bench for a while. He has 9 points. Fowler with a hand check. Nate Vernon's going to pick up the foul. 6:45 left to play opening half. That is Luke Flakertzy. He is the head basketball coach at Rochester in his 3rd season. This is Fowler, top of the key for Case. Fowler dribbles strong, lays it up and in, and count it.
Austin Fowler, count the basket.
Fouls on Nate Vernon, his 2nd.
Second in about 15 seconds, Ron.
Austin with 7 points. He'll look for 8 at the foul line, where he is 3 of 4 on the afternoon. Vernon will take a seat with 2 fouls and 4 points. Checking in for Rochester is Kent Coyne. Coyne back off the bench, he's scoreless. Coach Sean McDonald wants a timeout. We'll take one, too. There's your score. Just over 6 minutes left to play in the opening half. We'll be back.
Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center offers the versatility and reliability to meet your unique travel and meeting needs. From smart spaces to practical amenities to world-class service, our flagship hotel will deliver the quality experience you expect, backed by the Marriott name you trust. At Cleveland Marriott, we have one goal: to serve you better. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
There's a look at the Rochester women. They will play the Case women coming up after this men's game this afternoon. Rochester comes into the game 3-1 in conference play, and Case is an even 2-2. Fowler's at the line trying to complete that 3-point play, and he does. Austin Fowler with a strong 8 points. Case with 17, but Rochester has 33. They started the game red hot from the field, led by this young man right here, DeBartolomeo.
They're still shooting 70% from the floor in the first half. 14 of 20.
Reed with it, working against Clements. Reed with a soft left-handed hook, missed it. It was short, and Austin Fowler, who's averaging 8 rebounds a game, pulls it down for the Spartans. Jordan Dean back in for Case. It's Clements, Dean, Fowler, McLaughlin. As Clements drives, can't get it to go. And Julian Person on the floor for Case. This is John DeBartolomeo, probably the best player in the country in Division III. Drives, scoop, lays it up and in. Boy, on cue. On cue.
Just matter of fact.
Senior DeBartolomeo out of Westport, Connecticut. Jordan Dean with a fadeaway, rolled in, came back out. Clements with the rebound though, and Brian Clements is having a great first half. He's got 8. On Friday night, Clements had some of his, I don't know if they were his dorm mates or just buddies on campus, but they had one of those huge fat heads. Brian's head was probably about 4 feet high and 2 feet wide, and they had it on some poster board over in the stands, and it was fun to see. Maybe they'll come back for the second half. They're probably still sleeping. The life of a college kid.
You remember college? 12 o'clock on a Sundays.
They are definitely still sleeping. This is DeBartolomeo. He'll swing it. And the shot clock went off before Kent Coyne got the shot off.
And Case has done a nice job defensively.
They really have. They've kept it, you know, at a 15, 16-point lead.
And especially if they can deny that initial drive by Rochester. They have forced the Yellow Jackets onto the perimeter and did a nice job of maintaining for 30 seconds and have come close to a couple of violations. There they did get one where Rochester couldn't find a shot in 35 seconds.
Ed, I think it was, and we've got a whistle underneath, and the foul's going to go against, I think it's going to be against Sankis. Yep. Tyler Sankis picks up his second foul. Ed, I believe it was 19-3 when Coach McDonald called his second timeout in about a minute stretch. And since that time, Case has played them even.
Yeah, 19-3 at the 12:50 mark.
Yep, and it's 35-19, so they're still down 16, but they've played them even since that huge run by Rochester to open the game.
Yeah, 14-0 run. It was a 5-3 ball game, and then Rochester couldn't miss.
Rochester will be patient. They'll work that ball on the perimeter. That's Reardon with the drive, and he lays it up off the left hand. Reardon's got 4. Reardon from Rivers School out of Salem, Mass. Dean looking for Clements. He's had the hot hand so far in the opening half for Case, and they're going to get him for traveling. Foul? Foul. Foul's on Sankis, his 3rd. Sankis, a 6'8" sophomore forward with 3 fouls, 2 of them quickly in the last 3 possessions. That's Brian Clements. He'll be at the line in the 1-and-1 situation. Sankis will take a seat. And checking in for Rochester off the bench as Clements misses the first one. Got to check that. It's Dylan Parrots. Parrots wears number 44, a freshman, 6'8" freshman out of Pound Ridge, New York, Fox Lane High School. (37-19) inside 4 minutes to play opening half. The Yellow Jackets with the lead over the Spartans. DeBartolomeo with the basketball, fade away.
That little curl is...
Yeah, he ended up almost to the cinder block wall, which is about 20 feet away from the backboard. After he shot that ball, that's how quickly he was going to his left, and he still made it. Jordan Dean, they needed that.
Jordan Dean for 3.
Jordan Dean with his first basket of the afternoon.
DeBartolomeo will get a high screen near the top of the arc, and he'll get one at the high block, and that just lets him make that big swooping curve, and he can do it from the left and the right. He's not afraid to go from either side.
It's him in front of the Case bench. He gets that high screen Ed talked about, and that's the first miss of the afternoon for DeBartolomeo. Rebound by Rochester won't go, and David Thompson, big 6'9" David Thompson pulls down the rebound. Fowler working against DeBartolomeo. Austin inside, trying to use his body. Fadeaway shot, misses it. McLaughlin kept it alive, and Rochester comes up with a loose ball.
And McLaughlin came flying in and got a hand on it, was able to push it back to the middle of the court, but nobody there for Case to grab the loose ball.
This is Coyne, Kent Coyne for Rochester. Now he's going to hand it back off to Kyle Reardon. Reardon will pull it out near half court. 12 on the shot clock, Reardon with the basketball. Now it's DeBartolomeo with 7 and counting on the shot clock. Dane McLaughlin comes out. High screen off Jordan Dean. Sets up this 3, and it's good.
That's a deep one.
Tyler Seidman right in front of us at the scorer's table with 5 points. Rochester never seems to get rattled. The shot clock on many possessions for them gets down inside 3 seconds, and they always get a good look. Stay patient, they work it. Dean with his second attempt at a 3. Missed that one. And here come the Yellow Jackets. Up 20, minute 45 left to play opening half. Parrots sets the high screen. Parrots gets the rebound, kicks it back out. Another deep 3 from Seidman, missed this one, and Austin Fowler comes down with a rebound. Jordan Dean down to Fowler. Austin with a strong drive, got fouled from behind. Got hit hard on the backside by Kent Coyne. That'll be Coyne's second foul. And Austin Fowler will go to the line, he'll shoot 2. Austin has spent an awful lot of time at the foul line this opening half. He'll shoot his 6th and 7th free throw attempt. He is 4 of 6 from the foul line so far this afternoon. Austin has 8 points. He and Brian Clements lead Case this opening half. 4 players have scored for Case. Dean has a 3-pointer, Chung has a 3-pointer, and then it's Clements and Fowler with 8 points apiece. Austin's second free throw is good, he's got 9. Minute 11 left to play in the opening half.
Less than a minute remaining in the half.
Rob Reed with the basketball. Top of the key now. Reardon and DeBartolomeo. 12 seconds to shoot. 49 seconds left to play on the opening half. DeBartolomeo tries to split the defense. Finds his teammate Seidman in the corner. Missed it. And down with the rebound is McLaughlin. Down to Jordan Dean. 35 seconds to play opening half. McLaughlin, the lefty, pulls up, misses it. Fowler gets pulled down. And they're going to call the foul on Rochester.
Dean Kennedy.
Rochester foul. Dean Kennedy. His first team 10. Austin Fowler at the line. He'll shoot 2.
Fowler with it, the first one good. And a little surprised to see Nate Vernon check in the ball game with his 2 fouls.
So Austin now in the opening half. 9 times he's been to the foul line. He's made 7 of 9. He's got 11 points. Case down 17. 32 seconds left to play opening half.
Good, good, here we go.
And as you mentioned, Ron, the final 12:50 of this first half has been pretty evenly played. Rochester had that 19-3 lead. And since then, a back and forth ball game.
Dean in person out on DeBartolomeo. They're going to swing it towards us at the scorer's table to Seidman. Now John will dribble it our way. It's the high screen. Person picks him up. 4 on the game clock, and they made the 3. I believe it was, yes it was, Seidman, Tyler Seidman in that far corner. Hits the 3 as the shot clock and game clock hits 0 in this opening half, and that was a great example of how it's gone for Rochester in this opening half. Case plays good defense, and Rochester hits a shot just as the shot clock hits 0.